Hey railheads, here we are leaving the yard again for another operating session on my Finger Lakes Railway layout. Well, just 2 boxcars on our HW2 turn today. I went a little light on the switching because I want to take some time to kind of rethink the Cargill Salt industry. We're rolling by the Mennonite farm now. That's one of my favorite scenes on the layout. But for some reason, Cargill just didn't get the same level of detail that Seneca Foods and U.S. Salt received. And plus there's a lot of wasted space behind it. And I'll show you when we get down there. So what I'd like to do is reposition things today before I start adding the details, which will be down the road a ways. This is U.S. Salt we're going by now, and you see I've got the stairs and railings and the doors and conduit, the signs, all the good stuff that Cargill's missing. Cruising past Seneca Lake. Well, looks like they got a tarp up there in the woods. Probably some kids partying. Hey, there's Gus's brother out there fishing. Hey, Kenny. There's some dude hanging out in Clute Park. I don't know who that is. And there's the derrick from Watkins Salt Well number 1 from 1898. It became Cargill in 1976. Well, we got to run across 4th Street here to get up to the switch, and then we can shove back into the spur. While we're making our way into Cargill, I'll show you a couple cars I need to weather. This is a Diffco dump car. These show up in Himrod Yard on occasion. The Finger Lakes Railway picks up stone and gravel at Hanson Aggregates Quarry in Oaks Corners, New York, and these old Knockle Diffco cars. And local towns come and pick up truckloads of stone for the road work. So Knockle, N-O-K-L, it's a reporting mark. I'll just prime this car and repaint and number it. Gonna be some nice dirty weathering. And here's my heritage unit, I'll call it. I don't think this was even ever a real car. It's an Atlas Trainman car from eBay. I'm surprised they even made this car. But like I said earlier, before it was Cargill, it was Watkins Salt in Watkins Glen, New York. And some of you know that's my hometown. But I left there in 1989 and moved south. I think they really did a pretty good job with the graphics on this car. You may have seen a Sterling Salt hopper on my U.S. Salt spur. They used to be known as International Salt, and they owned the Sterling Salt label. And they've been operating since the 1800s as well. And here we are crossing 4th Street on the Cargill spur. And we'll shove back and couple to that covered hopper there. Well, let's hold on there for a minute and see what we can do to reconfigure this industry. You see, here's all this wasted space in the back that I was talking about before. Well, let's see if we can just slide the main structure back some. I got to dismantle it. I've got lights running up inside it. I've got a couple little screws holding this back panel on. I try not to glue stuff down on the layout unless I have to, just for times like this. The LEDs plug into my Just Plug lighting system from Woodland Scenics. All right, now we got room for a loading dock or something. Well, let's get back to switching some cars. We'll spot this loaded covered hopper on the runaround track for now, and then head down the other spur and grab the 3 cars that are sitting there. We'll couple these cars up to the covered hopper and then shove that whole cut of cars back to clear the crossing. Well, now we can spot these two old Lake Erie cars and couple up to our train and head back to the yard. Well, that's all for now. Hey, I was glad to get that extra room at Cargill, and I'm looking forward to weathering the two cars we looked at. Oh, and I haven't forgotten about Seneca Foods either. I ordered the decals yesterday, and I bid on a couple undecorated corn syrup tank cars on eBay. Hey, see you next time. Take care.